Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome back to Find XYZ. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. We are still on the road to WASSCE 2026. Let's try this question. 35 colored balls were shared among 4 teams such that one team takes all the red balls. If the remainder is shared to the other teams in the ratio 4:3:2 and the smallest share was 6 balls, how many red balls were there? How many colored balls do we have? We have 35. And this 35 balls is going to be shared among how many teams? 4 teams. So team A, team B, team C, and then team D. Then one team decides to take all the red balls. So let's assume that this team took all the red balls. So let's say the red balls will use R to represent the number of red balls. So if one team is taking all the red balls, how many teams are left behind? That will be 3 teams. We have 3 teams left. Then how many balls left? So if all the balls are 35 and red balls have been taken from it, we are left with how many balls? Which balls were taken from the 35 balls? R balls. So we are left with 35 minus R. So this number of balls is going to be shared among the 3 teams. But let's look at this. This is the remainder. So the remainder is going to be shared to the other teams. And what are the other teams? These are the 3 teams left in the ratio. So let's assume that this is 4:3:2. However, we have been told that the smallest share, we have a ratio of 4, we have a ratio of 3, and we have a ratio of 2. So which of them is going to have the smallest share? This team. How many balls? 6 balls. How can we find the number of red balls? Now, since we know that the smallest share is getting 6 balls, what is the ratio of the smallest share? That is 2. How many in all? The total ratio. So the total ratio, we have 4 plus 3 plus 2. 4 plus 3 will give us 7 plus 2 will give us 9. So it means that the 35 minus R is equivalent to the total part, right? So we have 35 minus R. This is the total. This is also the total. So the ratio should correspond to whatever we are multiplying. The ratio of 2, how many balls did they get? That is 6 balls. Then we solve for the value of R. That is the red balls. What can I do? I can decide to multiply each side by the inverse. So I have 2 over 9. I'll multiply this by 9/2, and I'll do the same thing here, 9/2. So that 9 divides 9, 1. 2 divides 2, we have 1. How many 2 are in 6? That will give us 3. So we have 35 minus R is equal to 3 times 9. That will give us 27. Then I can add R to both sides of the equation to get rid of the R, and I can subtract 27 from both sides of this equation. So R minus R, this will go to 0. 27 minus 27, this will also go to 0. So you are left with R is equal to 35 minus 27. So what is the value of R? The value of R is 8. It means that the number of red balls were 8. Now we know the value of R. If we are saying that the value of R is 8, so we can say 35 minus 8, and that will leave us with 27. So it means that if we take the ratio of the smallest share, that is 2, so 2 out of what is the total ratio? That is 9 times, now what is the remaining balls? That is 27. How many 9 are in 27? That will give us 3. 2 times 3 will give us 6, which is equivalent to the number of balls that the smallest team had. Is there any other way that we can solve this? Yes, there's another way. So watch this. We know that there were 35 balls and R number of balls, or red number of balls, was taken, and we were left with 4:3:2 to be shared among 3 teams. However, we know that this part had 6 of the balls. Now this ratio is 2. So if 2 is getting 6 balls, what will one part get? So if 2 ratio of 2 parts is getting 6 balls, one part will get how many balls? So if 2 is to 6, then 1 is to, we don't know, right? And that will give us 2x is equal to 6. We divide both sides by 2. We have x to be equal to 3. So it means that if 2 parts is giving us 6 balls, 1 part will give us 3 balls. Then we can use that idea of 1 part to be 3 balls. So 4 part will be, then we multiply 4 by 3, and we have 12 balls. Then 3 parts by 3, that will give us 9 balls. And already we know that the 2 parts is giving us 6 balls. So how many balls altogether? That is 12 plus 9 plus 6. That will give us 27 balls. This is for the 3 teams. So we know 27 balls is for the 3 teams. Then the question is, how many balls did we have? We had 35 balls, and 27 was given to the 3 teams. So automatically, when we take away, we have 8 balls. This represent the number of red balls. Which of these methods will you subscribe to? Representing the number of red balls with a variable and solving for R, or identifying how much one path is worth and applying it to get the remaining balls. If you found this helpful, kindly leave a comment, share this video to all your friends, and I'll be back with another video. I'm out.